So, here we are, April 18th, taking a little look at my greenhouse setup on the spare bed in the bedroom. There's a tree that I pulled out of the ground with its in its cloth bag last fall, stuck it in the basement, forgot to water it. Brought it up 3 weeks ago, bone dry, powder dry, figured it was absolutely dead, watered it. A week later the leaves were coming out and it's doing great. So here's the bed. I propped it up. I hope I don't wreck it. It's actually a tilt-up bed. And anyways, hope I don't wreck it. Really small room, and it's really worked out absolutely perfect. Turns out there's wood above the ceiling, so I've been screwing lights all over the place, get them right where I want them, and every place I screw it up, I don't have to put some kind of an anchor. It goes right into the wood above the sheetrock. Put a mylar around two edges to reflect the light. Right now I've got the one fluorescent on. It's a Agribright 6 bulb, and the LEDs are off because you'll see they make an awfully weird color. When I turn it on, it turns everything red. There's my fertilizer shelf, and so these are the ones that have been in pots longest. I finally figured out how to label the pots with cedar shims with a number so I can see them. And you know, most of them are doing really well, not as dark green as I'd like. I think it's because I didn't fertilize them at all until 2 weeks ago, and hadn't put any fertilizer on the soil. These are the ones that I think are so stunted, and it seems to me that they're following, actually I'm going to do it tonight, record them all, but I think they're following trees. I really don't think it's, what do you call those things? Root mites? I really don't, because there are ones right next to them that are perfectly healthy, and then you get these stunted ones, and I'm real curious. In fact, I'm going to pull one out right here. Let me just pick one that's here's a sacrificial one. Let's turn that light off. Okay, so let's just take this one here. So if I dig it out, it's got, boy, I can hardly get that thing out of there. It's got a good root system. Look at that. Great root system. That's what's making me think blight. Killing the above ground and not doing anything to the below ground. That really has got me thinking blight. Wow, I think it was growing out of the pot in the bottom. But, you know, some of these do recover. I've done them in the past. I'm making my own video. But it doesn't seem hardly worth the time to save them. Kind of sad to throw them away, but goodbye. What else have I got going here? I'm keeping it generally, well, right now it's only 68, but I'm generally keeping it, it's funny. Oh, I know, I had the, I'd forgotten to turn the LEDs back on. I'd never turned them off, but it'll climb right back up to 72, 73. High humidity is because I just watered today, first time in 10 days, and look at all that water sitting in the bottom. I think it's a great setup. The water, the excess water, pools in the bottom, and I'll show you. So that lattice work keeps the pots from sitting down in the water and keeps the roots from growing down, so they air prune themselves. But the fan, which is my $29 fan, can be on oscillating or not, and I'll just point it to different parts and use different speeds. Sometimes I'll bring it right up to full blast and let them blow around. It seems to work awfully well. it brings that humidity right up. I pretty much close the door, and it just stays like a greenhouse in here. Feels like it, smells like it. I think it's a great setup. One 4x8 sheet of plywood, a little piece of sheathing around the edge so that the plastic has a depression, therefore it catches all the water. The water within 2 days will all be evaporated back into the air. I like the setup. So I guess here's the got an awful lot of different kinds of nuts here. There's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Finally keeping real good track of everybody, and triple labeled. So I label the 9 packs. Then I label each individual one. Hey, there's a Tom Clack. He mailed it. Those are Jones Orchard, planted the last day of March. There's another one that's doing pretty well for only 2.5 weeks old. So that's my test video. Got to show you our other culture going on here. We have our widescreen TV, which we have set up to look like here. I'll turn the light on. We have set up to look like a chicken coop. We keep it on this channel. They're awful cute. They go through a lot of water, but they really are awful cute. You know, they got a perch, so they're already getting a pecking order, and keep a hot lamp in the corner. I got a dozen, which was a mistake. Anybody wants 8 chickens, we're only going to keep 4, and keep those little bandies, those little guys right there. I think we're just going to keep those little guys and get rid of all the big ones. There's some Rhode Island Reds and some Americanas, and that guy's got to be a rooster. There you go.